Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and we are now officially in week 4, practically 1/4 of the way through the NFL season, and it's the first week with some bye weeks, and the teams with bye weeks are the Tennessee Titans, the New Orleans Saints, which after that beating against the Titans, yeah, I'd take a bye week too. 255 to nothing. Yeah, I'd take a bye week after that to recuperate mentally. The Redskins. And I think there's one more team. Yeah, the Jaguars. Which hopefully after a bye week will help them replenish and go on some sort of run here because 0-3, I mean, granted, looking at their schedule, they've got the 0-3 Texans up twice. Right, they've got the 0-3 Raiders, they've got the 0-3 Bills, and the 0-3 Chargers coming up. Sure, before you face the Chargers, you face the Titans in Nashville, but you gotta take some lumps to the chin. But on to week number 4, though. To begin, we have the Ravens and the Browns. And honestly, I'm going to go with the Ravens here. Partially because of them having Brady Quinn as the rookie quarterback against a fearful defense with the Ravens' big three of Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs, and Ed Reed. But also, even if Steve McNair gets injured and they have to rely on Kyle Bowler, that defense will just carry the team. Heck, Ray Lewis carried Trent Dilfer to a Super Bowl championship for God's sakes, you know? So yeah, I think Ravens are going to win that one for an AFC North battle. NFC North battle number 1 between the Bears and the Lions. I think that the Bears will be able to get the win. I mean, yeah, sure, the Lions' defense statistically is better, but overall, the Bears are better. And I'm pretty sure if the Bears win, some of the star players might get extensions. So that way they can keep this defense at a 90 overall. Maybe even improve it higher. Especially when you play someone like the Packers, who are going against the Vikings in the next NFC matchup, in which Brett Favre is more or less playing for his job at this point. After dismantling the Chargers last week, he hopes to come into Minnesota and raid the Vikings of any potential playoff hopes. And I feel like they might just do that, you know? And as long as Brett Favre has another good game like he had last week, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks, yeah, Brett Favre's going to stay a starter for a while. Otherwise, here comes Aaron Rodgers. And now we have an interconference South matchup between the Texans of the AFC and the Falcons of the NFC. And I think the Falcons will be able to claim victory here. Mainly because the Texans, still a new franchise, are still trying to find their footing. The real question is, will Michael Vick play the whole game, or will he maybe get injured for the rest of the year? And if so, the Falcons have to make some sort of move because Kerry Collins is not made for the Atlanta playbook. Especially with how Michael Vick plays, and for whatever reason, they'll always want the Falcons quarterback to play like Vick. AFC East rivalry game. We have the Jets coming off one against the Dolphins against a slumping Buffalo team, and I think that slump for Buffalo will continue, in which Buffalo will definitely need to have some questions answered. Will they keep their head coach after this season? Will they keep their offensive coordinator? Will they spend money in free agency? You know, I mean, they've got a great defense. The problem is the offense. 31st in the league overall. You know? I think the Jaguars are the only team that's worse. The Raiders and the Dolphins, I feel like Dolphins will get a bounce back win here. After losing to the Jets last week, you're facing against a Raiders team that may or may not be tanking. Which, considering they got a slew of first round picks as well, tanking's probably the best option. That way you can build up your team through the draft. Granted, Nominee Asamoah's not going to want to stay on a tanking team. He'll want to go to a winner. But he's also the reason why they're 9th in pass defense. So, good luck, Raiders. Now, battle of 1 and 2 teams between the Rams and the Cowboys. I think the Rams offense will overpower the Cowboys defense and have the Cowboys be 1 and 3. Only if Mark Bulger is able to play the entire game. Because, as we saw last week with the Rams and Buccaneers game, once Gus Frerotte got put in, that offense stalled out. So they need Mark Bulger to stay healthy the entire game. If Mark Bulger doesn't stay healthy, Cowboys win. If he does stay healthy, Rams win. Seahawks and 49ers in a battle for the NFC West. And, it's going to be a close game. This one's going to be very physical. Even though, yeah, both defenses aren't the best. But I think the Seahawks will win. Mainly just based off of the experience of Matt Hasselbeck over Alex Smith. Although Alex Smith gets injured again, Trent Dilfer did take over for the team for a bit and led a comeback. And also looked pretty decent himself. So it's going to be a Seahawks, but I can see this one going either way when all is said and done. The Panthers and the Buccaneers. Tampa Bay with the second best offense. Who would have actually thought of that? Against the Panthers with the 7th best defense. And I think that defense is going to actually quiet that offense a bit this week in Charlotte at Bank of America Stadium. Although this one I can see going either way as well, but I'm sticking with Panthers. Broncos and Colts, I feel like the Colts will win this one because Peyton Manning will get that time of possession. He will get that defense, the total defensive stats down for the Colts eventually. Facing the Titans twice a year isn't going to help your defensive stats still with how I play, but, Peyton will slowly get those numbers down and get the offensive numbers back up. So I think Indianapolis will beat Denver. Chiefs and Chargers. I mean, the Chargers really need a win here to get some sort of momentum going because they have a great team. Like one of the better teams overall-wise. Yet they're 0-3. But I got a feeling, though, the Chiefs will finally suffer their first loss against the Chargers this season. Steelers and Cardinals. Steelers aren't looking too hot right now, but I feel like that that 3rd best defense in the entire league, will come through and have Arizona continue, especially with the left tackle being injured for Arizona. Granted, Pittsburgh's got a slew of injuries themselves, but I'm pretty sure Big Ben and Hines Ward can be able to keep the season alive for Pittsburgh right now in the AFC North. Sunday Night Football, Eagles and Giants. Eagles have won 3 straight. Giants have fluctuated. They've lost, won, and lost again. But I think that the fluctuation is going to stop here for New York with another loss. With the Eagles winning this one in the Meadowlands, because mainly off that defense, 4th best defense in the league. 3rd best passing defense to shut down Eli Manning. 8th best rushing defense to shut down Brandon Jacobs. So, Yeah, they say defense wins championships. Eagles probably just roll on through in the NFC East. Now, game of the week. Bengals and Patriots. And I'm pretty sure the Bengals, let's see, this week. Yeah, Patriots shouldn't be too much trouble. You're saying that Tom Brady isn't going to be too much trouble. Oh, Cincinnati, I hate to break it to you, but I'm pretty sure Tom Brady is going to be a lot of trouble. And yeah, sure, Patriots have a worse defense than the Bengals right now. But it's Tom Brady. You cannot really bet against Tom Brady. And for that reason alone, that's why I'm going New England over Cincinnati. And that is it for our Week 4 matchups. And I will see you all next time.